Now, if you have a 3-unit classroom block for 254 people that are supposed to have 11 classes, how do you share them? Now listen, 4 classes are combined in 2 classrooms with no partition, and the rest are sitting under trees. You can differentiate between classes by the topic taught by the teacher in the class because the pupils are mixed up. Our JoyNews agenda today, Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam visited Yeleyiri Primary and JHS in the Wa West District, and he's reporting that the number of instructional hours spent at the school depends on the movement of the sun.
The Yeleyiri Primary School was established some 13 years ago to address the challenges of pupils working long distances to have access to education. The school has a population of 254 pupils. However, they have this 3-unit classroom block for all the 11 stages of education at the basic level. 4 classes are combined here in 2 classrooms. The cruel reality, however, is that there is no partition and the pupils are mixed together. I met teacher Mohammed Aziz Kantonsong in this class, busily teaching basic design and technology, BDT. Though the topic is meant for 6 students who will be writing the basic education certificate examination, BEC, next week, the other 13 students who are in JHS 2 are also sitting in the class but are not supposed to be active participants. Classes here are differentiated by the topics treated by the teacher.
First of all, you write a topic you have to treat and tell them this is for fund trace. They all know their topics. Fund trace. So you tell them this, we are teaching fund trace right now. After 35 minutes, I'm going back to fund 2. So that when you teach this one, you go back to the fund 2 again and teach them. That is how we teach them.
Final year student Kungara Desmond is not happy with the situation.
They are teaching year 3. If year 2 are also here, they can make noise. So if they are making noise, we can't hear anything about the teaching.
Headmaster of Yeleyiri GA Primary and JHS, Mensa Tadios, speaks of the challenges involved in lumping the classes together.
Teaching and learning is not effective because we waste a lot of time. Because one teacher will engage 2 classes at the same time, who's supposed to be separate. So one teacher will be here, another will be here. Because of that, some teacher will even travel all the way from Y and come and sit. One person will occupy the class. Before we realize time is up, and the person will go back without teaching. It is affecting the academic performance of the students in the school.
Though among their colleagues at the school, the JHS 1 students are the only ones having a classroom of their own. They also have challenges with their furniture. Teacher Naikum Paulina said, due to the inadequate furniture at the class, it makes it difficult to stop the students from copying.
You see 2 or 3 people pairing a furniture. It's not where one person is supposed to have this furniture, whereby 2 or 3 people will sit on one chair, and they find it difficult to copy notes or to write. When it's time for exam, they find out copying from those who are good, and those you will find it difficult to even know who is even good or who is not good at all.
The case of pupils in the lower primary is different from that of their senior colleagues at the school. They rely on the shades of trees here for their studies. The number of instructional hours at the school depend on the movement of the sun. Yakubu Mariam teaches class 1.
Sometimes we will be teaching while some of them are praying. Because we are not in the classroom, they will go out, but you can't see them. And meanwhile, the tree, there you can see the tree. It's not a neem tree. When it's 11 o'clock, we have to close because we don't have any place to sit again. And normally we're supposed to close at 1 or 1:30, but because of the tree, we close at 11.
At the kindergarten, there's no furniture. The pupils use stones, use flower balls, and logs as their furniture. Assemblyman of Yeleyiri electoral area, Dara Joseph, is deeply concerned about the situation.
I'm not a happy man anytime I come to visit these children. Seeing them learning under such conditions, seeing the teacher teaching under such conditions, I'm never a happy person. So I'm worried about the situation And I'm thinking that something must be done to help these children. We have been struggling with authority to come to our aid, but we are not getting any results. We are grateful for you people today, and it is our hope that, looking at the situation, if authority, the Honorable DCE, the Member of Parliament, the regional minister, the president, and all authority, seeing this situation, if they should come to our aid as a matter of agency, we'll be very grateful.
The government of Ghana, through the Ghana Education Trust Fund in 2015, awarded a contract for the construction of a 6-unit classroom block with ancillary facilities for the school. As I speak to you now, it's now been left abandoned and overtaken by grass. Hussein Ismail Enterprise Limited was awarded a project which he executed up to the lintel level. He told me off camera that he left the project due to delay by the GET Fund to pay him for work done. District Chief Executive for Wa West, Yeleyiri School, expressed worry over the situation.
I can say Wa West is having a lot of GET Fund projects, but all of them, some are say above ground level, some are at the Lipton level, some too you cannot even know the whereabouts of the contractors. I'm still struggling to get in touch with them, and I've informed them to calm down. This is not something you should be hiding. If you have a problem, you should come out to address it so that we know the way out. If you are not hiding, then we don't know how do we now start it. So I believe last week, someone a meeting to all the contractors. We had a very beautiful deliberation with them to let everybody to be aware that if you have a challenge, let us know. So as at now, we are also working hard to see to it that all the GET Fund projects are completed.
Pupils in these schools need urgent help. They need government to ensure that the abandoned structures are completed to enable them achieve their lifelong dream. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam, Yeleyiri.
So family.
Rafiq Salam with JoyNews Agenda today. And if you have traveled around as far as our correspondent have, then you know that that story is not an isolated one. It cuts across, quite unfortunately.